Okay, so in this short video I will explain how easy it is to build a screen when you have progressed a little bit in an application. So this is an application, this is a demo for a tender, and I've been spending a few hours on the whole thing. I think it's about 6 hours that I spent on building this particular application. So it's a series of questions, and what I need to do is I need to have a form where I can enter some data from a reliability person. It's not proper English, but I don't know the correct word. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this particular action, and I will adjust the name so that it's correct, and then we'll see what we will need to change on the particular form. So the other form is, well, it's about the same. And the only thing that is different is that we need to say here it's a confidentiality person something, and the rest, everything is the same. So the business logic always behind the morphs. I have a query, and I don't need these fields in my query, so I just kick them out. I already put the fields into, or the entity and the fields into the domain. So I need these two fields. Okay. So with this query, I should pick the correct data. And I think I will need to adjust this because, of course, these fields do not exist anymore. So quickly do this and then do this. With a mapping, what we do is we map the output of a query to controls on the form. Here there's an update command, and in the update command it says that I need to map from the view model map input name, which is this field, and I have to map it to the entity, and it's called, this is the exact field, go like this, and also do like this. Okay, and then all we need to do else is just, I don't think, well, you could use this to say that I'm gonna throw it away, but this is the condition builder. You can say, well, in the view, this particular field has to be different from, well, has to be not empty, and this as well. And then when you say these two conditions, 1 and 2, have to be true, so that means that both fields have to be filled out, and then the condition is met. But I'm just going to throw it away because it's a simple demo. There's no need to complicate things. So the only thing left is handle the events. Well, because of this is the last form that I'm going to make. So what we are going to do is when you push this particular button, maybe I'll explain shortly what happens. So this is an image, and as you can see, you can add events to, well, anything you put on the screen here, and this throws an event that's called volgende. It's Dutch and it means next. So the event is called by the event handler, and then there's a few things you can do, but in this case we are going to jump back to the main menu, which is here. Okay, so what will happen is if we click on this particular button, the event next volgende will be executed, and we will jump to the main menu of the application. Home, this is the home button. When the home event is thrown, well, we are going to jump to the main menu as well. And in the page load, maybe I'll just show you how this works. So the mapping, what the mapping does is it maps the results of this particular query to elements in the screen. So that's what this does. And this needs to happen when we enter the the form. So when we do a page load, what will happen is we will need to execute this particular mapping. There's only one. Okay. And that's about it. And I also have to adjust this, the previous one. Vorige means previous. So we don't need to jump to, we need to jump to another form, which is the name of this. This is the one. Well, I already spent a few hours on it, so I know where I have to go. Okay, so this is what it was. And we have an extra, we've created a form that, well, is pretty similar to this one. And as you can see, you can just move along the application. If I use this navigation, we can clearly see this is the structure of the application. There's a few preliminary questions. And that's how easy it is to build a form with Liquid.